A few days ago, we added the Asian arowana and Frank the flowerhorn into the 2,000-gallon aquarium out here in the aquarium gallery. And I must say, they've been getting along a lot better than I had anticipated. However, today, we're gonna go ahead and add the freshwater stingrays. Before we do so, why does Frank the flowerhorn have a name, but my blue-based crossback Asian arowana does not? Let me know what you guys think his name should be in the comments section below, and I'll go ahead and pick one. If you guys recall, I have 4 freshwater stingrays that are going out in that 2,000 gallon. We have 3 black diamond stingrays, and then we have a pearl stingray. One of the black diamonds is a male, the other 2 are females, and then the pearl is also a male. I also brought my friend Gary over to do a lot of the filming with me so we don't miss any of it. So here's what I plan to do. I'm gonna go ahead and drain almost all of the water out of the tank to ensure I can easily scoop the stingrays out. Then each stingray gets its own bag. This is a thick plastic bag, and then that bag will go into a bucket. Just in case they pierce through the bag, they're still going to have water within the bucket. And again, moving them all individually. Now, I know many of you guys are going to ask, am I scared of being stung by these stingrays? And the simple answer is not really. See, the raised stingers are not used for attack, mostly defense. So as long as I move slowly and don't make them feel threatened, we'll be just fine. So the goal here is to kind of coax one of the rays into the bag with a net. I don't know how well this is going to do, but if I only had one in here, I can assure you that it'd be certainly a lot easier. We'll see how it goes. I do have some rubber gloves on. This is not going to protect me from getting stabbed, but if they do brush up against me, they won't be able to penetrate it. With any luck, they might even swim right into it. So coaxing him in there. There's one. Now these guys, when they panic, they really panic. So you want to be careful. We're going to make sure the top of the bag is secured before we lift it. Into a bucket he goes. First one went easy. See how the rest go. We're just moving slowly. We're not startling them. Again, their barbs is only there for defense. If they don't feel threatened, they're not going to stab you. These aren't like regular fish where you can chase them around. You want to take your time. Maybe they'll even go in it by themselves. Okay, so that one's getting a little frustrated. The reason being is you can feel the bag on top of them. And another one. Into the bucket you go. Nice and easy, we're not rushing this. When it comes to stingrays and handling them, you show them the utmost respect. You respect what they're capable of. Just because they're cute little puppies right now, doesn't mean that sting isn't gonna hurt. Rays stress out really easily. We're not chasing them around the tank. 2 left to go. So this guy's a little stressed, he doesn't want to move, so I'm moving on. I'm going to position this guy into a better area. Use the net to slightly scoop him. Coax him into the net. That's 3. So this guy gave me trouble the whole time. I think he knows what's up. Hopefully he'll be okay this time around. Same thing, we're going to use the net to coax him in. Unfortunately the bag isn't laying flat, so that could prove to be some issues. But they're almost like scorpions. They could swipe at you with their tails. So this bag got a big hole in it. That's lovely. So what you'll notice here is I move slowly and cautiously the whole time, respecting the animal, putting his safety first, moving nice and smoothly. Not a lot of water in these. I'm going to be able to move them all at once. At this point, we're gonna float them for about 5-10 minutes, let them acclimate slowly. Unfortunately, one of these bags, the bag with the pearl actually, has a hole in it, so hopefully the acclimation period with him goes pretty quick. All right. Moment of truth, my babies. What I'm trying to do here is make them all land on each other or close to each other. Rays have security in numbers. We are second into the tank, good signs. Couple things I'm looking for is their coloration. One, they haven't lightened or darkened. They kind of look the same. That's a good thing. Second thing I'm looking for is their breathing patterns. Are they breathing too quickly? Not to mention, is their discs starting to curl? A freshwater ray with its disc curling is a sign of stress and death to follow. So far, so good right now. I suspect within the next 10 to 15 minutes, they'll become more active, at which time we'll come right back. So we're actually about 36 hours after I've added the stingrays into the aquarium, and I decided to wait until we started filming again because a couple of things happened. One, the flowerhorn Frank, he didn't know what to do with himself. When the rays were added, it was almost like he was acting shocked. He didn't want to go near them, but he was curious. It was almost like a little puppy, discovering something dangerous for the first time. The arowana, however, did exactly what I thought he would do. He would be curious for a split second, but with the rays liking to swim up the sides of the aquarium, they got comfortable right away. It was almost as if he was going in to take a swipe at them and then took a sharp turn last minute. So I was getting a little nervous and decided, before I start filming again, let me put all my attention on the fish and monitor them closely, make sure nothing happens. And I gotta also admit that last night I didn't get a whole lot of sleep. All I wanted to do was keep checking on the rays, make sure everything was okay. I'm happy to say now though that everybody is settling in. I've fed the rays a couple of times. Everybody's eating and cohabitating as good as I could hope for. The downside here though is even though the rays put on a considerable amount of size in their grow out tank, they are absolutely dwarfed in this tank, looking like little pups once again. With that said, of course, within a year, maybe two, they're gonna put on a massive amount of size, doubling, tripling in size. I mean, these guys are gonna get 2 to 3 feet across on their disc alone, so they're not going to look this small forever. They are, however, kind of exploring the tank, burying themselves in the substrate and, just acting as rays should. Now I'm going to leave the stocking as is for the next few months and see how everything goes and see how my filtration handles the bioload of this tank. I have no doubts that it's going to be okay. However, of course, I'd love to add in a few other fish that I have in mind. If you guys have any suggestions, as always, leave them in the comments section below. I know what you're wondering though, is that it for the tank in terms of lighting and decorations? And the answer is no. Within the next 2 weeks, this tank will be planted and a proper light put over it. We're no longer going to use my room lighting to light the aquarium. However, based on timing and the way these things played out, this means I'm going to have to drain the tank to about here, get in the aquarium, and plant it with the fish still in it, which will prove to be pretty interesting. So if that's something you guys want to see and you're not subscribed to this channel yet, I highly suggest you do so you don't miss out on that video. I think it's going to be quite interesting and I'm totally excited to see what all of this wood is going to look like, fully planted with a bunch of really interesting plants I'm going to introduce you guys to. As well as what the fish are going to look like with some proper lighting. I should also end this video with the fact that you have 7 days left to get one of your own DIY Fish Keepers shirts. They are the signature series. So I'll leave a link in the description below so you can get your own.